Hello, welcome to My Startup TV. I'm your host, Major Sunil Shetty. Today, on our Founder Talk live show, we have with us Ravi Ranjan, who's the founder of Dhobi G, a startup that is revolutionizing traditional Dhobi service, laundry service with technology. So, let's find out by talking to Mr. Ravi as to how and what they're doing with their startup. Mr. Ravi, welcome to Founder Talk Show. So, before we start, for the benefit of our audience, we would like to know about you.
And where I found the problem of laundry service in our hostel, and that's how we started Dhobi G.
Interesting. A
Interesting.
lot of
A lot of
startups
startups
as we
as we
go
go
around
around
various
various
universities.
universities and meet. We see a lot of entrepreneurs, student entrepreneurs tend to start by addressing the problems they face, right? Within so you also started.
You started your. I mean, this idea for your startups came up with your own personal experience, isn't it? As a student.
Right? And we faced the problem in our hostel, and we wanted to solve it out. And that's where we all three together, me, Ankur, and Dax came together and told, let's take this challenge and solve it out for all the other students so that no other students would face the same problem what we have faced.
So as a student entrepreneur,
when you start as a student entrepreneur, it's a different ball game, right? Once you scale it up, once you are no more a student and you an entrepreneur, full-time entrepreneur, how does it change? I mean, what's the mindset change? What are the challenges that one goes through when you're migrating from being a student entrepreneur to a full-time entrepreneur?
Okay, so basically, I'll tell you the challenges when you are as a student entrepreneur, and then I'll tell you what are the change in challenges for the full-time entrepreneur. So when you are in college, that too, like I was in SRM University, where the fee is really high, and your parents expect that if they are investing money in you, so after the college, you should go for a nice placement. That's why they sent you to the nice premium college by paying hefty amount of the fee. So they want you to go to the placement or go for higher study and all. So when you tell them that I'm planning to start a startup, they get worried. What about the education loan? If you have taken, then what will happen to that? How will pay the repeat education loan? Whether you'll be successful, whether you'll fail. What the student advantage you get in the college is that you don't have to worry about your pocket money. You don't have to worry about your salary. Whether for the next month I'll get enough money in my pocket or not from my business to sustain my life because dependent on your parents will be there in your pocket. So the risk taking capability will be really high for you when you are in college. So I feel that this is the one advantage you have being a founder in the campus. But when you come out of the college, so my parents was always like, okay, do whatever you want to do, but in the final year, attend the placement. You keep the option in your hand, join the company, and then whether you see whether if your startup is scaling up, then you can leave, but have a safe option in your hand. And it's not wrong, according to the parents, they want the safety of the child. So now what we did, like we started in first year, so we were sure that we'll scale up to a certain level. So we told our parents we'll attend the placement for sure. We promised to our parents, we all three. But when we went in the final year, we attended the placement not as a job seeker but as a job provider. And by this way, we have like kept the promise what we have done to the parents, and also this gave a moral boost to the parents that if they can provide job to two or three new people, means they can sustain the business. That's why they are able to provide the job. That too, when you are not a funded startup, you are a bootstrapped startup. So that means you are sustainable enough that you can give job to the other people. So this boosted the morale of the parents also. After which we they don't know what the company is going to do, what the startup is going to do. And then you do not take stress of yourself, you take stress of your team. You need to make sure that on the first, the salary should be credited in their account. The sales will happen, will not happen, we don't know, but salary should be credited. Now when you in the college where you are not worried about even about your own pocket money, here you live about your own pocket money, you need to worry about your salary, the putting the salary on the first to the all the people who is trusting you. So this is the difference, that in the college you can take risk, even without the sales you can sustain, but when you come full-time entrepreneur, you should make sure that you have the responsibility of your team and your team is believing on you. So as a founder, you should make sure you put their salary in their bank account by first, and that cannot be compromised at all. So that means that was the major bigger challenge for us being a bootstrap startup, to keep running our sales so that we have enough money to keep putting money in the bank account on the first as a salary to the team members. This is a major problem what I see converting from campus startup to a full-time entrepreneur.
Interesting. And I am fully with you on the fact
that especially as an Indian entrepreneur and a student entrepreneur, one of the biggest hurdles, or the first hurdle that one has to cross, the barrier is parents itself, right? Because they want a job security, especially if you're in a college where you're paying hefty fee. So that's definitely and this is what we have experienced in on our various interactions with student entrepreneurs, that parents tend to be the ones they have to first convince to be able to go to the next level. So once you successfully navigated that particular challenge, one is running a startup as a student entrepreneur. The other is to go out there, and your degree is done, and you want to start. Now you are out there in the world, right? And then what is the challenge, especially when you come as a from a thought process, from a mindset, I'm talking about.
That's what I said. First thing is that one is the financial aspect of the startup. Like when you are in the college, I told you will get money in your pocket money from your parents. You are safe about the financial stability. But when you come out of the college full time, so that time you are getting the problem that you have to make sure you have to sustain your own life, because they, as a parent, they expect that when you are graduated, you need to sustain your own life. That's why they tell you to go for the job security. So you need to be financially independent. And also, if you have hired few people who is working for you, you need to make sure financial stability for them as well. So that means in the college, you don't have to worry much about the sales. You need to worry about the product development. But when you come out of the college, your sales should be good enough that you can sustain all your co-founders from that money, and the people who have joined you early and who is working for you, the team, their salary. These are the few things. And then you have to go to the all other things, like you need to go for funding, all the others, whatever all the entrepreneurs goes, you have to go through that. But this is the major mind shift changes required when you come out of the college, that you need to make sure you and your team is sustainable on your sales money, and you are making enough money to sustain your startup and your team.
So once
you've gone through that process, the other thing is also, sales don't happen, immediately, right from day one, right? I mean, it's maybe in some service industries that is possible, but otherwise that's not the case. So from your personal experience, what is that you would advise student entrepreneurs especially as to how it should be for them? What should they do? What should they think about? What should they go about doing till they get this first revenue, they start making some money from the venture?
So So there are few things which we need to focus, like how we start. So always whenever I meet a college students, that too when they are in first year, because I started in first year, I can say that. So what I say that if you are in graduations, you have minimum 3 years and around 4 to 5 years if you are in MBBS. So you have the 3 years or 4 years time. Why don't you start in first year on the ideation stage? If you have idea in first year, you can try to, you have the 3 years time for you to just make the product, and then you can do your first sales within the college. So my advice to all the students entrepreneurs are always that start in such a right time that your first sale happens when you are as a college entrepreneur only, when you are inside the college. And then at the same time, your if your idea is really good, there are other places like now NSRCEL has started campus founder program. So you can apply to all these like incubation centers and all during the college time itself, so that you have the better knowledge other than your core knowledge. Because when you are in college, you are doing engineering. I was a software engineer. So I have to learn about the finance. I have to learn about the pitching to the investors, all those things. So that you can do during the college time itself by attending different ecosystem events. Maybe go to the pitching sessions, see how it happens, and maybe you can apply for the incubation centers, get incubated there, so that when you are out of the college, your target should be that my sales should start happening before I leave the college. That is one thing. And second thing, if you started late on second, third year or fourth year of your engineering, or maybe third year of your graduation of general graduations, so in that case, try to focus on your idea as much as possible. Try to get incubated somewhere, so that when you are out there, so incubation and acceleration will help you to grow faster and faster. So what you can do in 2 years alone in the college, if you go with the incubators, you can do in 6 months. So that is the, you need to speed process your thing. And then also, because you are coming out of the college, so you need to make sure that you have funding with you. If you are not going to make sales, if you are a product, deep tech product, so funding is something which is really required in this arena now. And also we are happy enough to see, and we were there together in the Startup Mahakund. Mr. Piyush sir has told that the deep tech need to be more funding, and government has started focusing on. So product development, if there is required, we need to go for the funding. And ecosystem, you need to approach to the right ecosystem. See, we say ecosystem, but we need to know what is the right ecosystem. When we are a deep tech and I want to develop the product, I'll go to IIT Madras Research Park compared to going to NSRCEL. If my product is ready, I want to make the sales and understand how business dynamics of this will work, I'll go to NSRCEL. So I always suggest the college student also that you need to choose the right incubator based on your product, based on your startup idea, and go and get incubated. That is the one of the best thing you can do to bridge this gap from converting from the campus entrepreneur to a full-time entrepreneur.
Very true.
And the other important thing that that's my personal experience also, finding the right co-founder, right? And I've seen in our last 6 years of journey as MyStartupTV that we've come across some amazing ideas, some amazing startups with great takeoff for them, and somewhere down the line, they failed because the founders couldn't work together. So how did you find your founders, and what was, if you could share some lessons for student entrepreneurs, when they, especially when you go about finding a founder? Because I personally, this is my personal opinion, that when on your venture, to find a right co-founder is like finding a life partner. It's kind of same challenges, right? So if you could share your thoughts on that.
Yeah, it's about finding a life partner, trust me. So what happens? See, when you say with life partners, so you have so much time with your life partner when you do not talk about business. Means not only about work. So you share a bonding which is non-transactional. But sharing a transactional bonding and maintaining it for a longer time is a really tough work than the sharing non-transactional bonding. So that is one thing, because you are personally emotionally so much invested with your partner. So that is the difference. But I'll tell you how I did, and maybe other college entrepreneurs will really try to find out in that way, or they can get some insight. So this all happened because the problem what we faced, the laundry in the college. So I was from the village, I stayed out and all everything fine. My second co-founder, Ankur Gupta, he is my hostel roommate. He was my hostel roommate in the college, and he was from another department. So he was the one who stayed with the parents till 12th class. He never stayed like away from the parents. And then he never washed his clothes himself. He was one pampered child, you can say. So now when he came to Chennai, so
So that your service is typically for people like that, right?
yes, you can say. And even when I'll tell you about the third co-founder, you will add him also in my customer list. I'll tell you that also. So this person, Ankur, my co-founder, he was never has washed his clothes. And then we in our college was having that you need to wear formals. And so when you join the college, you buy new formals because first time you are going excited and all. So he bought a lot of clothes. So he was using daily and throwing it in the laundry basket. And it ended up in such a way that next day we are having our first class test where you need to be well presented, then only they will allow you to go inside the class. And he was not having any formal left to wear. So at last moment, he started, instead of reading for class test, he started ending up washing his clothes for the first time in his life. So that was a little experience which we faced. We took as a challenge, like, yeah, this is the something problem which you are facing. And then so now this is the problem. So I was the one who was very sure I will do my own startup from my class 8 onwards, that I don't want to go for job. So I found like, yes, now I got the right problem which can be solved. But is it really a big problem? So we went back to the college students, our hostel mates, different rooms. So we just printed one A4 sheet where was a problem statement analysis was done. So where we asked, are you facing this problem? If you are facing, then how much you will be ready to pay? So me and Ankur went and get it printed and went to all the hostel rooms and distributed this. And then we found out this is a really big problem. While doing this process, when I was in my classroom, there was one guy sleeping on my bench called Daksh. So he is the one the children in the classroom who will try to sleep all the time whenever he gets chance. So he is that guy. So I told, yeah, we are planning to solve this problem, and we want to know your feedback also, what you think, whether this will work and how much people are facing this. So the moment I told him, he's like, bro, whether you get any other customer or not, I am your customer for sure. Because I don't want to work. I want, see, you are sleeping. I'm sleeping in the classroom also. So I am the one who is your customer, and I know many people like me who don't want to do their laundry themselves. So you can get this. So then I told him, yeah, you sit with me also. So and we know each other. So what do you want to join our team? We are looking for someone to join our team. So he was in by the first moment only, because see, now I will tell you why I told you this background. When your problem statement is the motivation for your co-founders, it unites you together. So that is first thing. The vision and the problem what you are planning to solve, it should be correlated with your co-founders. Then only first step is that you can sustain it for longer time together. So when here all my three co-founders, so Dax was the one. So I told him that, so you are my customer. Now can you find, as you have told that I have other people I know who don't want to do laundry. Can you find other people like you? So he told, okay, fine. So that day onwards, Dax became the marketing person of this completely Dhobi G startup. And he started doing marketing and sales and everything. He started looking forward. Ankur, who was never done laundry, from where problem started, he started looking for the operations of our complete ecosystem. And then I started heading that how we can digitalize it and together. So now summing up all this, I'll come back to your question that first thing, the vision, the problem statement, whether all co-founders are matching or not. And college is the very best place to find these co-founders because they are fresh minds. They are not bound with any responsibilities from the family. So if you are able to, like, if you are having a problem statement, if you want to start a startup and looking for a co-founder, go and find the right person who is actually correlating or maybe most probably facing the problem for whom you are solving. So make your first customer as your first co-founder. So that is one of the things I say. But all the case, it is not right, because some problem cannot be the solution of the college friends. But find the right the spark in the co-founder who you think that he also understands that this is a really problem, and this can be made a big, this is a big problem which is needed to be solved. That type of things you need to find out. And best thing is that try to find if that is your roommate, because you already know his personal behavior for all the behaviors. That's really good in the hostel, or maybe classmate with whom you are spending much of the time. So these are the few things which I think can help the founders to find co-founder.
Thank you for that, because the Moola mantra here is a co-founder who experiences or has the similar experience like you, or the problem statement would be best ideal fit, to be your co-founder, because then you all relate to the problem and then you can work around it, which is perfect, which is a great takeaway for, student entrepreneurs out there who would be watching this program. So the other challenge that we also experience, like we get a lot of interns who come and work with us, and one of the things we experience with them is, or they experience is, how do you balance time from being a student to either doing internship, and in your case, doing your own entrepreneurship, because you have assignments, you have, you have exams. So between all of that, how do you balance? How do you take out time? What was your challenge when it comes to that? Finding the right time, balancing it out between your academics, projects, internship, and then running the your own venture as well.
Okay, so now when you say this, when you say you are trying to be entrepreneur, I'll tell you for the in terms of entrepreneur. For interns, this will little vary. The answer will vary. But for entrepreneurs, I'll say, when you say I want to become entrepreneur, that means you are a problem solver. So according to me, you are trying to find out a problem which you want to solve by making product, by making service, or any way. But you have seen a problem, you have seen a gap, and you want to solve it. So this is one of the gap which you find in your personal life, that how should I manage this? So better way is that first thing, so you should try to have co-founder with you. First thing, very first thing, that because you are not alone fighting this from the world, you have a partner who is fighting with you, and then distribute the work among your co-founders, that this is what I'll do, this is what you will do, prioritize the work. And in the college, I can understand, see, this we also face, that everybody will not be the master of the skills what is needed to be the co-founder that time. In the first year, what you can expect from a student? He will not know much about marketing, he will not much know about development or anything. But your co-founder, and you should have a jill to learn that whatever role I am taking, whatever excites me in this full development, this part if I am taking, I am excited about this. So that's was very excited about the marketing. So he started learning graphic designing, marketing, poster making, everything, and different things. So we all learn, and learning is out of your syllabus, because you are an engineer, software engineer. So you have to do marketing now. So you need to learn the things that will not be taught you in the classroom. So this way, you need to make it the balance between your co-founders, divide the work, whatever one person likes, give that work, and then prioritize the task properly. And in terms of the assignments and all, I used to write my assignments in classroom itself. I try to balance this. So that's what I said. When you say you're entrepreneur, you till manage the attendance. Let me tell you, that is the opposite way you should do. Your attendance should be really high in the classroom so that you grasp as much as you can grasp in the classroom itself. So that if you being an engineer revise in the last night, you are able to remember what was taught in your classroom. So by this way, you will able to manage your academics as well as startup also. So that this is what I suggest, that you should not bunk the classroom if you are an entrepreneur. Try to finish the classroom work in classroom, and then come after classroom. You have the time where you can work on your startup. Take the turns, like divide the works, prioritize the works, and literally you cannot be as productive as full-time entrepreneur. You have to accept this. You will be little slow than others. It's okay, but you have to balance everything.
And
Before
finally,
we get into the next segment, what kind of support did you get from your college or your institution in your entrepreneurial journey?
Now our college where we studied has a good infrastructure for startups. And when we were the one in first time, it was tough for us to make our teachers and our mentors understand why startup, why not placement, because a reputed college always put the number of the placed students. So that was the thing where it was tough for us to make them understand that the startup is something where you will see as a future, that you need to start writing. We have 80 startups, then writing we have 500 placement. So, but that time in 2016 back, it was not so easy for us to convince them. And in terms of infrastructure, there was no much infrastructure for the startup support. But 1 year of our like continuous knocking the door of the everyone, they understood these people will not give up. So they started supporting us. Like whenever they came to know there is any event going to happen in anywhere nearby college, wherever the startup is there, if anything. So we were one of the first startup of our college who were really doing it seriously, not just for the namesake of the project. It was a startup. It was not a college project. So, but then start slowly and gradually, this all the teachers and everyone started doing it. And then first time in our college, they collaborated with the UC Berkeley, and they conducted the seminars in our college itself. And then with us, few more startup was started in the college, and that was the supports. But now they have incubation center as well. So we are like in proper touch with our college. We try to give them the information. We try to help them to like set up the guidelines for the students to make sure that the people who are really interested in entrepreneurship get benefited from the college as well.
Perfect. So now coming, moving on to the next segment. Before that, subscribers, if you can, follow us on on YouTube, MyStartupTV. Follow us on our social media if you want to see and hear such interesting founder talks. Okay, coming back to your startup journey itself, to your startup itself. Now, laundry is there are, at least we ourselves have come across multiple startups which are into laundry service. So if you have to say, how are you different to any other startup out there that is providing a similar service?
Basically, we do not tell ourselves as a laundry startup. So we have a word, we say it for the first time. NSRCEL also has recognized the word laundry tech. So we are a laundry tech startup where our goal is to focus on the technology and digitalization of the laundry and dry cleaning industry. So what sets us apart from all the other startup is that we are trying to build the technology around it, which can be used by all the fellow entrepreneurs and colleague or co-founders of the laundry. They can use our platform. They can make their business even more foolproof and make their business grow. So we are building the technology around it, be it IoT enablement, the enabling all the machines and everything using IoT, be it the software for the tracking of your staff, orders and everything. So our main USP till now, if we see the software in the laundry industry was being used, was the POS for the point of sales, for the billing, and then the delivery boy tracking app some laundry used to use. So these are the few things where the technology was used, but the process was nowhere digitalized. There was no process, no place where they used to track the complete process of your clothes, whatever is happening inside it digitally. So we have built our own first laundry OS, so laundry operating system, which help any laundry to like completely digitalize their process and track their machinery performance and everything in and out about their process. So this is what sets us, differentiates us from all the other laundry startups. And that's where I see all of them being our friend and using our technology in future for the enablement of their business in proper way.
So you are a
B2B or B2B and B2C? We'll be back in after a short break. Welcome back, viewers, to Founder Talk Show. You're watching live. With me today is Ravi Ranjan, who's the founder of Dhobi G, laundry tech startup that is using technology to revolutionize laundry services. Welcome back, Ravi. And so, we were talking about before we went on a break as to whether if you are the technology that you're using and you're rolling out for laundry services out there, are you a B2B or a B2C or both?
Like two in the segment, one is B2B, one is B2B2C. So right now we are focusing more on B2B to make sure that the B2B enables B2B2C. So what is B2B and what is B2C? In B2B, Dhobi G has two segments. One is that where we tie up with the college institutes and hostel of bigger institutes like SRM, where these students were facing the problem. So we have a specific soft corner for these students because we started this being a student. So we wanted to solve the problem for the students. So we have a Dhobi G campus, DG campus platform, which we enable in the hostels and set up on-site laundry using all our technology to manage the laundry and give the hostel laundry services and make their hostel life comfortable in the hostel. So that is Dhobi G campus. And then the software part, we have 150 plus laundromats right now who are using and testing our platform. So whatever we have developed, and this is under the, what you can say, beta launch. So we have launched beta and given this 150 partners. They are giving us feedback day and out and we are just improving the product as much as possible to make their life easy again, make their business easy. So this is B2B again, software laundry website. Now when this laundry, so how this idea came, like we already discussed this when we were in Startup Maharathi. So this idea of the laundry OS came from the B2B2C. So that is the hyper-local Swiggy model of the laundry. Like you want to book a laundry nearby, you can book Dhobi G. We will come pick up from your clothes, from your doorstep, give to the laundry which you want and get it clean and get it back to you. This was the very simple idea from where Dhobi G was started. But in between, when we have scaled up to 10 orders per day to a laundry, we faced the problem that the laundry was not able to give the consistent quality output, due to which the customer complaints has started increasing. But is it that laundry didn't wanted to grow? No, they really wanted to grow. So I was the first contact point for this laundry in starting days. So I knew how they were interested to grow. I have personally onboarded them on our system. So I knew they were really interested. So we went back to them. We told, you wanted to grow, you wanted more orders. We are giving you orders, but then you are not able to sustain the quality. So what is the problem statement you are facing? So then they came up with the problem that their operations are not sorted. They are not organized. They are doing business completely unorganized way. So we told, okay, let's see what we can do. And then we decided to build a laundry OS to help them to organize the business. So when this laundry have started using and started seeing the difference after using our laundry OS, so we have started onboarding them onto the Dhobi G B2B2C app, that is e-commerce, and started giving the orders to them back again, because we didn't want to debar them directly without knowing their problem. We wanted to help them to grow, and we also wanted our customer to get the right quality of service all the time. So we holded the operations for those laundries who were not organized. But once they have been onboarded on our laundry OS, slowly and gradually now we are launching them again on our Dhobi G B2B2C app, that is e-commerce app, and giving them the orders. So this is B2B and B2B2C of Dhobi G.
And for the work you're doing, recognized for the business. How was that experience?
So it was really good. So I can see is that the laundry industry, it's not, when we saw the award, it was not award given to a Dhobi G. And we saw the award is being given to the laundry industry, because if you were also there, only one player was there in the laundry industry which was awarded. Why there was no segment for laundry tech? I was sad to know that, like, why there is no segment where the laundry itself is a segment as an industry established. We were having, so we ended up getting into B2B award. So my goal is that today one Dhobi G is getting award, and our industry should grow in such a way that there should be an industry-wise award where 5 to 6 more startups or laundry industry should get awarded. And this is what, as of now, my mission is in India. And it was really good opportunity for us as an award. It gave us a lot of visibility around the globe. So people started to know there is such industry called laundry tech, where there is a startup happening and people are working. So this is recognition to the industry, I guess. So that is something which is really helpful for me and for Dhobi G and for the complete industry.
Congratulations on that award at the Startup Maharathi. Also, could you talk about your relationship or association with IIM Bangalore, the Entrepreneur Cell? and how does that help you in your journey?
NSRCEL is the a cell for the incubations inside the IIM Bangalore. So we got incubated there. So when we applied for the first time, we applied for the I think it was accelerator program and it was ideation stage program. But by that time we were on the revenue stage. So we were rejected in that first application. We felt bad that maybe we are not eligible for IIM Bangalore. But luckily, within 3 months, we received a call that from the IIM Bangalore team that you have applied for another program where you were not eligible because that was only for idea stage. We have another program called Velocity, which is for the growth stage startup. So if you are willing, you can apply for it. And then the NSRCEL has a complete process of the taking startups, because NSRCEL is only one advantage which you get in the NSRCEL is that they don't charge you any money and they don't charge you equity. They do not charge. Literally, it's a complete NGO type incubation center where the different industry partners gives money and fund the incubation program. But making this, because it's a part of IIM Bangalore, the procedure of selection is really tough. You get a lot of startup and all applies for that program. And because it's no equity free, because it's not paid, and also it brings you the help of IIM Bangalore and ecosystem. So this is really, again, a very competitive things to get selected there. So when we got selected for the IIM Bangalore Velocity program, NSRCEL, so we felt this, yes, now what we are doing is being recognized by really one of the top institutions in India. And I think we are on the right path. So that is one validation you get when you get selected by such a big institutions. So then when we have got onboarded there, we got the workspace in IIM Bangalore. So there was NSRCEL office is there. So there you get a workspace. We started working out from there. The in and out, the events will keep happening. The industry experts will be there with whom you can talk. Subject matter experts are there. IIM Bangalore professors are there. So whatever problem you face, you have a guiding hand for you. So which can solve your problem. So it's like in IIM, always it used to say, work is needed to be done by you. But if you want to learn how to get it done, here you have enough opportunities for it. So that is one thing. And at the end, we also got the seed fund, Startup India seed fund through the IIM Bangalore itself. So if you are really working there, so you get the funding opportunities as well.
Got it. So
as a startup, these recognitions are very important, right? The Startup Maharathi Award, being incubated with a premier institution like IIM Bangalore, they do tend to open doors, and they also help you, get that confidence that yes, you're doing something right. So for the startups out there who are probably in their early stage, probably 2 or 3 years, do they have to be there at the incubation center, or they can be doing anything, anywhere? They could be working from anywhere. Like you're based on Chennai, but you were incubated with IIM Bangalore. So if you could share that a bit of experience out there for the benefit of entrepreneurs.
Basically, this is the difference between the classroom and the incubation centers, I feel. So there are many incubation centers which ask you to come to the facility and use the facility. Like if you are a deep tech startup, you are into the development of a product, the hardware product, and then you get incubated at the IIT Madras. So IIT Madras is a very nice research park where so much facility is there to develop the technology. So you need to be there to develop your product. But whereas for IIM Bangalore and all, where you need to learn the business side of your startup, so you don't need to be physically present. You are not in a classroom program. You are into the IIM Bangalore. So one very good thing about the IIM Bangalore is that they do not force you to attend all the sessions. It is all the founders will, if they are incubated also, what session they want to attend, where they are facing problem. So, and then what session they should attend, and there's no attendance management system. There's nothing that they will track you. They always say only one thing. It's you who should be willing to grow. Nobody will force you to grow. And you should keep bugging us, means IIM Bangalore team, NSRCEL team, to get the help. If you come back to us, we are ready to help you. We have given you platform. You being entrepreneur should exploit it as much as you can. So that is the
Well,
thing.
that's all it is, right? Because as a
you're not a student anymore, and it's your job. It is your vision that you're pushing. So that's how it should be. So now, as a founder, what's your long-term plan for Dhobi G?
First is that go to as much as college and solve the problem statement of the college students, because as I said again, the college students has a very soft corner for me. So and then give the solution to the right solution, so that there can be 100 other entrepreneurs. They should not waste their 6 hours a week in the laundry. They should use that to do their assignments, do their startup planning and all. So this is what is our goal, to promote entrepreneurship also in our way. How Dhobi Ji can promote is this: we can save their time, which can be utilized for other purposes. So that is one thing. Go to as much as universities and college and provide our service and mature our product. And from 150 to 1,50,000 startups or laundromats should start using our OS. That is our goal. And even if you talk about the longer goals, that we should able to at least transform the industry, which is right now unorganized. So our goal is to completely help the industry to transform. Even the small scale laundromats should say today, like how we have transformed the digital payment. So everyone has the QR code, right? So we don't know, even we go to the pawn shop, we know that QR code will be there. So that type of digitalization is needed in the laundry industry. And Dhobi Ji is trying to bring that, and alone Dhobi Ji will not able to do it. So we need more entrepreneurs. Together we will bring the complete difference in the ecosystem of laundry and dry cleaners. And also the name, the Dhobi Ji. So this has a story that if you talk about Dhobi Ji, so we wanted to start at the Dhobi Ghat. We were telling that we'll convert an online digital Dhobi Ghat. So it's like where many laundromats are there. You book a platform, the way Mumbai Dhobi Ghat exists. There are many laundromats. Then we slowly and gradually ourselves has iterated and ended up into Dhobi G, G for Ghat and G. So we felt that we tried to do collaboration with one of the influencer. The influencer said us, I was interested to do, but the word Dhobi is illegal to say in India. Like if you call someone Dhobi, it's a casteism. It's like if you are telling someone Dhobi, it's in terms of rule wise, it's illegal. It's like you are doing casteism. So it's illegal to say. So we thought, okay, it's illegal to say because it is offensive, right? Why let's not make it respective? So then that day
that's how the G got added to it.
Yes. So from Dhobi Ghat, we sorted it. So G stands for Ghat as well. And that G has given the respect to the community as well. And that's where, like, we want to bring back that cleaning your clothes is a very nice work someone is doing to you. It's not something which they should be shameful of. The community should be proud that they are making you sign. They help you to sign. So that's the reason. My goal, as a personal goal, you can say, is to make this community also feel proud for their name instead of feeling this as an offensive word.
Is there any message that you want to give to budding entrepreneurs who are there in the early stage or growth stage, and especially for student entrepreneurs?
Entrepreneurs, start early. If you want to become entrepreneur, take a problem. So there is saying, people say, start early, fail early. So no issues, you will fail. So if you fail, you learn. So you should have the courage to take risk in the college. And there's the very less risk you can take in the college. Because once you come out of the college, leaving job and then doing a startup will be so tough for you. So it's the right time, right place. And also the ecosystem has started supporting college entrepreneurs. Before the funding was not there for these peoples. The investors used to think, what if after college they will not continue doing this? So the no investor supports used to be there for campus. But now the premium institutions like IIM Bangalore and then different colleges has their incubation centers and all. So now you have got opportunities that to AI coming in the scene. So you don't have to learn marketing. We used to be there in 2016, we have to learn Canva, then other graphic designing tool. Now you have the AI generator. You go and write the prompt, you get a nice AI generated marketing images. So now you are on the right place where you can you can focus on the real problem itself. We have to focus on the marketing, learning and all. Now you have to focus on the problem. If you find out the right problem, there is a lot of tool, lot of ecosystem support. You can go and use it and grow your startup, and maybe you will end up becoming Mark Zuckerberg. You don't need to even complete your course, and by that time you will be a successful entrepreneur. I will not say that you will be $1 billion billionaire and all, because according to me, being a successful entrepreneur is not becoming a billionaire. You need to know that you are finding the right problem and solving it for the right people. If you are solving it, you are a successful entrepreneur.
Also, if you're able to create,
and also if you're able to create, employment, that itself is success. And it's not easy, as you rightly said, right? Because every month you have to have, you have to have money to pay your employees. So if you're able to create multiple employment, I think that itself is success in some ways. So finally,
and after achieving every milestone, we should go for the next. We should not settle as an entrepreneur.
And in the process, if you become a unicorn, why not?
Yeah. No, still the people try to become even, then they go for another problem statement, solve it out.
Very true.
Mr. Ravi, before we sign off, MyStartupTV, we are a dedicated media house for startups and entrepreneurs, and we have been featuring entrepreneurs, startups for over 5 years now. We cover startup events live. We are probably the only media house that does provides 360-degree coverage to startups, entrepreneurs through our web television, which we broadcast 24/7, through our digital magazine, which is a monthly magazine, through our podcast, through our OTT platform. What do you think the kind of work we are doing? What are your thoughts as a founder?
As a founder, you are doing the right work and right way to do the work. Even right work, I'll not say. You are doing it the right way. Covering from the all 360 view is important in the startup ecosystem. See, I met you for the first time in a Startup Maharathi, and we have a very short introduction session and all. And from there, here I am sitting with you and giving my very first podcast with you. So this is a platform for people like us, where the world do not know what is the story behind this startup. So no story is a small story, no story is a big story. It's just that if it becomes successful, people think it's a big story. If it becomes fails, people think it's not a story. But according to me, the failure story should also be brought up. That why this will be the learning lessons for all other. And when I see your platform covering all the startup event and all, so if I am an aspiring entrepreneur, if I come to your platform, so I know what all are the events happening around the globe, around India, and what all type of startups are already being built, raw version of a startup, unscripted view of a startup, that what they are facing the problem, how they are solving it out. So this will bring a lot of new entrepreneurs and give courage to new entrepreneurs, that if anybody else, any Ravi coming from the small village can come out and build a startup, then any person can build this startup. There is nothing, this is that elite class thing, only few people can build it. Anybody can build it, just a agile is supposed to be required. and information, right information, which you guys are supplying. So you are building that information gap for the people, maybe in tier 3, who is willing to start a startup, don't know how the startup ecosystem is. So they can come to YouTube, they can come to Instagram, they can go to the LinkedIn, and they can find the content, and they can understand how the ecosystem are working, and how, like we had a raw conversation. You asked me, is it necessary to go to NSRCEL? I said, no, you can do it from the any corner of India. So now, if any entrepreneur who was afraid of applying that he need to go to Bangalore, he will able to do it, and he will know that now he can digitally attend the sessions and all. So he might apply for NSRCEL, and we will find one such entrepreneur coming up as becoming unicorn, and then becoming successful and telling that he has seen for the first time on my startup TV about this program. So that type of impact I can see they're creating.
Well, that's the whole idea, that we want to be that one single platform where aspiring entrepreneurs, budding entrepreneurs, student entrepreneurs, and to be fair, the whole startup ecosystem gets all the information that they want at one place, and not just in one format, in multiple format. With that, thank you very much for being on our show, and we look forward to hosting you again. Thank you.
Thank you. So viewers, with that, that was
Ranjan, who is the founder of Dhobi G, a unique startup that is using technology to revolutionize the traditional laundry service. If you want to hear more such interesting conversations with founders and thought leaders, do join us every day on our Founder Talk live show and Thought Leader live show, only on My Startup TV. See you, signing off now till next episode. Thank you very much.